Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Insider Series. We're here with Todd Morin, and you are the physics designer for the game, or one of them.
That's correct.
So you're working alongside with Alex, who we've had on before. And you had 2 topics that you actually emailed me and you wanted to talk about on this one. So
yes, very, very excited to talk to you guys about car physics today.
Cool. So we're gonna talk about the car handling, what goes into tuning physics, and we're also going to talk about some of the new features about the physics. So you actually wrote a whole bunch down for your notes. So tell us a little bit about the car physics themselves.
So this year we wanted to go a bit more realistic than we had in the past. We thought, trying to slot ourselves somewhere between Shift and Hot Pursuit. We want to be an action driving game. What that means is that very easy to pick up and play. You could sit down, you could just have fun with the cars, but it's important that these cars feel authentic, that you feel rewarded for driving these vehicles.
Yeah, so what Alex was saying is that they should drive kind of the way that you would expect them to drive. So for example, if you drive the Super Snake, it's kind of heavy rear end, rear wheel drive, big huge horsepower, and so it would slip out a little bit, but it wouldn't be so bad that you would just do donuts the entire time. So maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
So in order to get that sort of realistic feel, we actually start by making the cars themselves real. Believe it or not, our physics simulation can do perfectly realistic simulation like you would find in some of the more hardcore racing titles. So I start by taking all the real manufacturer car data, torque power bands and differential power distribution and suspension settings and even the small little detailed things like how much friction does the clutch have when it engages against the flywheel. So we put a ton of detail into these vehicles and we get them pretty much just like the real thing. Then to make them not feel punishing like you'd have in a sim, we add those sort of layers of assists on top of that. Now, when I say assist, I don't mean things like ABS, traction control, or auto braking,
or steering or auto. Yeah.
Those are things that generally make the cars feel a bit placid and boring. We want the cars to feel raw, so we have hundreds, not joking, hundreds of settings just in our assist system to really slide the cars back and forth between accessible and realistic. And what we try to get out of it is fun. We want to make sure the cars are fun, the user feels rewarded. And it's easy to pick up and play, and there's that depth there. You can learn more and more as you go along, but you're not being punished, being thrown off the track all the time.
So you can get like say you're driving, you can get the brake and then accelerate through the corner, and then as you get better, you can learn how to drift into the corner and whatnot.
Yeah, you can learn how to drift in the corner. There's different styles of drifting. You want to do a Scandinavian flick into a corner, handbrake drift, hit the throttle real hard, go through the corner. There's all those sorts of things that you would find in a simulation game. They work in our game.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So basically accessible, easy to pick up and play, but a little bit to master, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So you were also wanted to talk about some of the new features that have gone into the physics, and I know that when we say new features, it's not exactly like game modes and stuff like that, but like talk about maybe some of the new stuff that's gone.
These are some of the new things that we've added into our physics engine that we didn't really have before. We have a lot more control over how the cars jump now. We used to do, we jokingly called it cat physics in our previous game, where you jump, you always land on all fours. Didn't really feel that exciting, that fun, so we've gotten rid of that. The car behavior is a lot more realistic when it lands, how the suspension deals with the load. If you land way too hard from a super high jump, you actually can crash your car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's very rally-inspired jumping. So we've tuned the suspension to be able to handle these. They're pretty big jumps still, but we've gone a bit more towards realistic.
It's more realistic, but still action driving, right?
Totally.
What about collisions and crashing?
So, Hot Pursuit introduced crashing, other than Shift, of course, into Need for Speed. So, of course, we had to match that. We have all new collision physics. We've really crafted the experience with how you contact racers, traffic, the world, the environment, how the car flips, like when you land on your roof, how it skids along the ground. We have different friction surfaces on the roof versus the bottom of the car, so if you spin around, catch your tires, it'll actually fling your car. The impacts feel and look a lot more realistic.
Cool.
Sure.
And then obviously, because we're driving from San Francisco to New York, we're not going to be on pavement and concrete the entire time. There are going to be some times where you're going to be off-road. Maybe, how about that?
Yeah, so we now do proper off-road simulation. we used to do placebo effect. We kind of shake the camera and you believe you're going off-road. No, we're actually doing it correctly this year. Two surfaces I've already mentioned are ice and dirt. So when you go on dirt, you're actually going to feel the car starting to slide around a little bit.
That's grip, yeah.
Yeah, Alex Grimbley
Yeah.
worked on Codemasters Dirt 1 and Dirt 2. He wanted very much to have proper off-road physics, so we've done that. We even get the details like if you're sliding through a hairpin dirt corner and your wheels start kicking up that layer of soft dirt underneath, you actually get those tires actually bite into the harder dirt underneath. We simulate that sort of stuff.
Cool.
When you hit ice, you know, it's going to be quite scary to hit ice because you're going to lose all steering control. So we've done a lot to improve the physics of the game, and it adds quite a bit.
Cool. You have a note here, shifting AI. Tell us a little. I'm not really quite sure what that means.
That is with a lot of games, you can choose automatic or manual shifting. I of course always play manual shifting because it gives you that slight advantage. What we've done is we've actually made the cars feel more like, instead of most games, it feels like you're driving a car with an automatic transmission. It's really just based on engine load and it shifts for you. It's not always in the right gear. We actually use the AI system to figure out what gear you should be in at any given time. So if you're going into a corner and you're in fourth gear, and the AI knows you should be in second gear, as soon as you start slowing down, boom, right into second gear, you're in the perfect gear. You can get the back end tail happy out and just have a lot of fun.
Cool. That's actually going to give you quite the advantage in races, actually being in the right gear, especially in part of the whole pick up and play.
Yeah, it means
right?
if you're the kind of driver who plays automatic, you're not going to be punished for playing in automatic transmission mode.
Cool. And this last point that you have here is all new steering wheel controller code.
Yes,
So-
I drive with wheels.
Yeah.
I've never been quite satisfied with the how the steering wheels feel in our games, so we're writing all new steering wheel code from scratch.
Nice.
So big improvements in how the car reacts to your steering, and of course force feedback. You need to be able to feel the road in order to have a good sense of what are your tires doing, how much grip do they have at any given time.
Cool.
So it'll make it feel a lot better for those of you who own wheels.
Nice, and that's a fair amount of people that play Need for Speed. So
Yes.
awesome. So lots of knowledge here for the physics, and thanks for swinging by. I know that you had so much to talk about that I kind of decided not to bring in any questions for this one, just because you had so much stuff that you wanted to talk about. So you are going to be on again. We're going
Yes.
to get you on in August, and so how about we get some more community questions when you come on next time?
Yes, I'm looking forward to answering some questions from you guys.
Cool.
I do read the forums, by the way, so
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
thanks, guys.